Continuing our coverage here at IDS, Cologne, Germany, 2025, hanging out with another folks here that they've been around IDS for a long time, go to a lot of conferences, and wanted to chat with him to find out what his experience has been like here so far. So tell me, what has it been like here at IDS this year? Sometimes it's overwhelming, but you're a pro. You've been here before.
Yes, I have. But nothing actually new is going on. So I'm here basically just to see people.
Well, you get to talk to a lot of people over online. You see them every now and then. It's great to reconnect with these individuals that are here at the biggest dental show in the world. Want to talk about ScanCat, though. Tell me about what you do. And it's in Europe, right? You're in Europe?
Well, my designers are like all over the world, but the company is based in the United States in Hallandale, Florida.
Okay.
Basically Miami area. So. And the dentist sent us designs, and we design. We design for big names too. And Jonathan Abinayim with his Smile syllabus, we do have some developments that we actually did together. And he's the greatest. And just recently, I was in Miami on a Raw show with Ryan Dunlap and Jonathan were running the show. It was fabulous too. And basically, well, actually, this interview came unexpected. I just saw the TruAbutment. I wanted to come by and express my thanks to TruAbutment because we make a ton of money with you guys. Really do.
Yeah, it's great to meet you. Thanks for coming here. We appreciate supporting you. But speaking of Jonathan, we sat down with Jonathan not too long ago, right here where you're sitting. So having you here, these success stories that TruAbutment have helped make you a lot of money, that's what we want to hear about. How long have you been working with TruAbutment?
Well, I used to have a lab in Florida for like the longest time. I'm in business for about 40 years. Okay. So basically, this is my, like a retirement hobby that I'm doing right now. And the TruAbutment I used to buy in the lab all the time. But what we have right now is IO Connect. Is fabulous, absolutely fantastic, and for a fraction of the price from the other photogrammetry. Well, actually, it's not real photogrammetry, but it really does help.
Yeah, and we announced the partnership, the integration of IO Connect with 3Shape. That was exciting, and like I said, it's great to meet people like you that utilize TruAbutment, that want to come out and you want to see some of the people that make TruAbutment happen, and you got to do that.
We design multi-units from your digital attachments, actually. Great success. Like we design custom multi-unit abutments. Absolutely fabulous.
Perfect. So outside of TruAbutment, IDS, where are you going next? Because this is overwhelming for so many people, including myself. What's your path through IDS over the next couple of days?
Well, today is our first day and tomorrow's the second. We're just gonna roam around. That's pretty much it. Well, actually, we were looking for 3Shape. See what they come up, maybe something new.
Well, we're going to actually have the Vice President of Strategy Product Development. He's going to be here as well. Rune is going to be hanging out with us here on the seat right where you're sitting not too long from now. So go over there. He's right next door to us. He's right over there at 3Shape. All right, more coming to you from Cologne, Germany, IDS 2025. We'll be back. And we continue here at IDS day number 2, and I'm hanging out. I want to make sure that I say your name right because it's important. So it's Dr. Elchedem.
Yes.
Look at me go. Speaking multiple languages here at IDS. So it's really great to have you here in our living room at TruAbutment. So you're a professor at the Dental School of Cairo University, and it's exciting to have a professor here because there's a great topic that I'd love to discuss with you. I'd love to discuss the digital age because undergraduates, let's talk about undergraduates, because bringing the digital age of dentistry into the undergraduate program is extremely important. It's a necessity. And then, of course, bringing in AI, the productive AI, in general, bringing it all together, it is a big topic, isn't it?
Definitely, yes. If you ask me about the qualities that should be there with the dental students 20 years ago, I would say he should do good extractions, good fillings, and so. But if you ask me today about the qualities, it's much different. The market is expanding and the students are in a competitive market, so they have to have a competitive edge. And this is why we thought that we have to go with the digital education in the undergraduates. All the graduates should be familiar with the designing, the production process, and they should have tried it and manipulated it manually, not just to listen about the digital and AI. They have to practice it. So I believe it becomes mandatory nowadays to integrate this with the undergraduate education, starting starting from, at the old days, we used to do carving of pieces of wax, blocks of wax with hand to get the manual skill. I believe each student should learn how to do digital carving, how to do the sculpture on the software. Everyone should know how to design his crowns, do some implant plannings, and do whatsoever on the software. I believe it's a cornerstone right now.
I agree. It certainly is. I mean, I speak with a lot of doctors on InTRUview, our TV show with TruAbutment, and they say they got into the industry because they love working with their hands. They love the art of carving. They love doing that. Some doctors have said we're losing the essence of dentistry as a whole, and when they got started. And just the love, the passion of carving and making something. Do you feel like the digital age is kind of taking away from it, or do you feel like it enhances it?
I believe they are not two contradictory parts. They're just an augmentation. And if you say that digital will cancel the manual skills, no, it will just augment it. But you cannot fight with the machines. So if the machine is making my life easier and faster, why should I fight with it? I should learn the manual skills, good with the manual skills, but I should learn the other ones. They are not competitors. It's an augmenting way. So just learn the physical way and then augment your skills with the digital, because the digital is like a fast train. If you just don't catch it, it will leave you out. If you start to stop it in its way, it will just crush you. So just go with it.
Yeah, that is a great point. You have to really adapt to it, because it's not going to adapt to you. It's going to continue with or without you. You got to jump on that train. I like that. So explain to me how you got into the industry. Did you have family in the dental industry? What was your passion? What brought you into it? And of course, it brought you to a great spot, being a professor and an influence on so many young dentists out there. How did you get started?
I think it's just a mere coincidence. I wanted to be an engineer. And then for some reason, my father wanted me to be a dentist like my brother, because my elder brother was in the dentist school. So he said, why don't you be a dentist like your brother, and then you have a family business or whatsoever. So I thought it over, and maybe I thought, why to give it a try. But when I went to the dental school, I started to get the passion of dentistry. And I found something very interesting, that if you have like an engineering mind and you go to the dentistry, you find they are totally joined. A good dentist should be a good engineer. I believe so, especially in the prosthetic work. So I have the passion for engineering and the passion of dentistry, and they met together with this practice.
I've heard that a lot. I've heard a lot of dentists, as when they were younger, they wanted to be an engineer. They had that mindset, and they got into the dentistry industry because of family one, and then it just kind of brought them into it. Maybe their professor said, you know what, you'd be a great dentist. So you're right. It goes hand in hand. IDS. It's overwhelming. It's big. It's giant. It can take days and days to go through it all. That's why it's a 6-day conference. What are you most excited about here? The innovation, the networking, the launches, the new products, or all of the above?
The first thing for me is the networking, because you get to meet a lot of your old friends you just met in the past years, to get to be rejoined with them and to make new friends. This is number one. The second thing is that you see the top notch of the technology. Everyone is showing the best he has, okay, in this show. So really, if you miss the IDS, you miss all the big launches. Maybe companies make some launches in between the IDS symposiums, but the IDS is the remarkable point for launching the new things. And definitely the networking and the new show is the best thing to see every 2 years.
I agree, Dr. Al-Khadim. I appreciate it. Great chatting with you. Thanks for being with us in our living room here at TruAbutment. Day number 2 continues here at IDS. Don't go anywhere. Grab some popcorn. Continuing our coverage here at IDS in Cologne, Germany. Day number dos. See, I am fluent in Spanish. Not really. Hanging out with Dr. Pipi from Thailand. So great to have you a part of IDS and here at TruAbutment. You know, you're such a big influencer in Thailand and overall in the dental industry as a whole. Talk about how you got started in this industry and how many years you've been coming to IDS.
This is maybe my fifth time of my IDS already. Every time we see big change, right? This year we see a lot of technology of the dentistry completely changed from last 10 years a lot, right? You can agree. And many people come to here not only for learning, but we come to meet the friends around the world. That is the good chance that come to IDS today.
So how did you get started in becoming an influencer? Because, you know, becoming an influencer in the United States, for one thing, you just turn the camera on, you post it on YouTube, and you hope you get followers. Your influence is very dynamic. It's exciting. And, how did you get started in the whole industry?
Actually, I cannot say that I am the influencer, but mostly what I do is I have a big passion with the digital dentistry. So that's why digital dentistry for last 10 years is so new. No one believe on that. So that's why how I inspire the patient, how I inspire the doctors, the dentists is we not give them only the clinical cases, but we give them the research to let them understand more about digital dentistry is trustable, predictable, and that's why we can apply for the clinical case. So this is the way that I may say inspiration better than influence.
So let's talk about, digital dentistry has been the conversation, a hot topic for a long time. AI, that's been a hot topic the last couple of years. Let's talk about AI though, because AI, some doctors, they love the idea. Other doctors, not so much. From when AI became a conversation at IDS, do you feel like AI has come really far, or it hasn't come as far as you thought it would be at this point?
When we talk about the development with the digital dentistry, now it's like an S curve. AI may be the next wave that they're gonna happen in our industrial. Little by little, but right now for the design with the single crown, we see a lot in IDS already. Design for the surgical guide for the implant. Now it's quite a lot, but I trust that next year AI will be replace a lot of things that the dentist will get used to. So if you want to learn about the digital dentistry, now you need to start now. You cannot wait right now because the world, the knowledge moves so fast, right? So the AI right now is maybe not 100% completely, but in next year, I pretty much sure. Right. So learn now.
I was chatting with a professor in digital dentistry in Cairo, University of Cairo, and he was saying their undergraduate program, they hyper focus on AI, digital dentistry. You have to, because if you don't adopt and adapt, it's going to go right by you. It's not going to stop and wait for you. What are you looking forward to? How many more days do you have here? It's a 6-day conference. It's a long conference. What are you looking forward to while you're walking around IDS this year?
Actually, for IDS, it's like a learning. It's like a big university for me to learn everything. So for first few days, I mean browsing first. So today is my second day already. So what I see from the technology that changed right now, I see a lot of robotic surgery. I see a lot of AI. I see a lot of new material that coming. Maybe 2015, 17, everyone talking about intraoral scanner. Now you see a lot, plenty of intraoral scanner, right? During the COVID, right? 21st, we don't have IDS. We see a lot more about the 3D printers technologies.
Yeah.
So right now, this year, I think we are another jumping leap about the digital technologies, right? Everyone not focused on hardware anymore. Now become the software. So that's why AI, the software design. So this one is more important. It's not only help patient, but it's help my life to have more time, to spend my time with something else except the dental treatment.
Allowing AI to support you, enhance you, automate tasks so you can go on to the next patient and even have maybe even a more quality lifestyle personally. That's what a lot of doctors, I don't think that's a conversation a lot of doctors have, because the burnout is something real for a lot of doctors. They get burned out. They work so hard. So AI is that tool that can help you have more free time for you. Dr. Pepe, I appreciate you sitting down with us. I appreciate it. Hey, more from IDS coming at you 2025. So the coverage continues here at IDS Cologne, Germany 2025. We chat with a lot of innovators. We chat with a lot of folks that bring out new products. We chat with a lot of brands out of here, but we've chatted now with somebody that's basically a little bit of everything. Dr. Ahmad Al-Hassani, great to have you here. I've seen you speak a few different areas here around IDS. Let's talk about IDS in just a moment. I want to remind you, there's only 24 hours in a day. You seem to live by 50 hours in a day. The amount that you do, first off, IDD, the Institute of Digital Dentistry, we want to talk about that institute. We're going to talk about your podcast, Digital Dentistry, Decoding. And you're an influencer. Whether you call yourself an influencer or not, you are a digital dentistry influencer. You're a lecturer, you're a doctor. How do you do all of this? How do you manage all of this? Because me just getting to Germany was tough enough.
Look, man, it's and excuse my voice, guys. To start with, it's been a long IDS.
Yeah.
I don't usually sound this crackly, but it's all right. We'll get through. Look, it's just passion.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's unadulterated passion, and you'll see that around you in the halls. Maybe they're not as noisy or on Instagram like me,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of passion in dentistry, and there's a lot of guys just like me that work night and day. I mean, I love dentistry. I come from a family of dentists. It's all I know. It's all I really talk about with my family. And it's just one of those things. When you really love something, you pour your heart out into it.
So there's a lot of folks here that want to have a voice. They're trying to create a voice, trying to maintain a voice in this ever-changing industry. You are that voice of so many, and so many, folks out there, whether they're doctors or educators themselves, they hear what you say about products, an unboxing of a product, and you give that honest feedback. You let people know what you feel like, people need, what do people want? You make the decision. But you give them that honest feedback. Where did that all start? Where did you get to a point where you say, you know what? I believe in what my opinion is. If other people do, sure. But where did it all start?
It's a great question. I mean, part of it is I'm still a clinician, and I think that has a huge impact and role for people to trust what I say. I'm not just a lecturer guy, or I'm not some guy who's paid by companies as a sales rep. But where all this started, I'll never forget it, because I always get asked, what's the origin of IDD? Why did you start IDD? And it's a story I always mention. Soon after graduating, I worked with my father. He had a couple of scanners. I was exposed to the technology. This was a time when few people had scanners. And I can remember sitting in like a study club, a group of 60 dentists. And they get one of these guys up at the front who was a sales rep. And he had the scanner. He went to the front, and this scanner is now discontinued. It was so bad. But he went to the front, and he did the classic sales pitch. This is the best. All the other products suck. We're talking at a time when no one really published anything about these products. And I knew it sucked, and that just struck a chord with me, because everyone around me was eating it up.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, wow, and their mouths on the floor. And I was like, I know this thing sucks. And I think that was the trigger. I was like, this can't be how we consume information in this industry, through kind of paid advertisement. And I think the biggest thing that I did was IDD, I think, really started in IDS. In 2019, I came to IDS and I did something that no one has done before. I walked around all the halls, all the booths, and I just did a review on every single scanner. One guy. One objective guy. And I think that was kind of the moment. I published it. It went viral in the dental industry. And that's when it kind of went crazy. And from there, it's much harder to do that job now. Back then it was 10 products. Now it's hundreds of different digital dentistry products.
And I'm glad you brought that up. That was my next question. How do you stay on top of it? Because everybody's got a new product. There's a new partnership that's coming in. There's always somebody that has something, and it could be seen as gimmicky or it could not. Well, that could be up to you, and the entire industry could possibly follow, and the success of that possible product would be successful, maybe, if you give it a positive feedback. So how do you stay on top of everything that's going on in this, again, ever-changing industry?
Yeah, and that's something actually I've heard before. A lot of companies basically thank me and when I write something positive, because they know it has huge impacts on their products. But look, it's funny because IDD is never, first and foremost, it's not my income source. I mean, I have 10 staff just in IDD, so it's nice that it covers the bills. But I'm a full-time dentist and we run 41 chairs in New Zealand. That's my money. And so when you're not reliant on the money coming from IDD, it's very easy to just say, I'm objective. I don't care how much you're going to pay me. I'm not going to just do paid advertisement for you. And so one of the ways I keep on top of it, first and foremost, is I never write anything on a product that I have not personally used, ever. Never, ever. A lot of people ask me why you don't do CBCT reviews. Well, it's pretty hard to ship CBCTs to New Zealand, right? Printers and scanners is much easier. But the other thing is, IDD has now become kind of the go-to place for digital dentistry news. And you get to a point where when I was first starting off, I would have to go and seek the products and seek the information. And now that it's a bit easier now, the information comes to me.
Yeah.
And so I'm usually, I love the industry. I have my eyes and ears all over the industry. And I'm just always keeping up to date with what's new. I love dentistry, and one of the things that's really helped it, again, it's this kind of, the bigger you get, the more people pay attention, and so things just arrive on your doorstep. I'm fortunate in that sense.
Yeah. Well, ultimately, if there's a pay to play, people will see through that, and obviously it will bring down your now brand, and you don't want to do that. And I'd really respect that. I really respect the fact that it's an honest feedback. IDD, let's talk about that. What is IDD? It's out in New Zealand. Talk to folks out there that don't know what IDD is necessarily.
All right, so IDD stands for Institute of Digital Dentistry, and if you want the truth, it started as a blog. That's what IDD is. My first ever publication, I had no vision of being a speaker or a lecturer or coming to IDS and giving lectures. It was a passion project. I was like, this is not right. It's not right that I can't even get a freaking price of a scanner.
Yeah.
I can't get one piece of information. So IDD started as a blog. I put some words together, it sounded good, and I just put information out there. Now it's really grown into its own full-time job and fully fledged business. I mean, now we're really a mix of education and press, really. So I think you can go on the website, instituteofdigitaldentistry.com. We have many arms to this. We have the kind of press and event covering arm. I don't think you'll find anywhere else that covers events like us in terms of digital dentistry.
I agree.
By the day, you'll get all the latest news on your doorstep, because that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
I was isolated in New Zealand, and it was hard for me to get information. No one cares. And so now it's the place to get information. There's the education arm. I train, I lecture a lot all around the world. I train in my practice in New Zealand to teach people scanning, printing, milling, implantology. And then there's the online portal arm, which is basically how I've been able to reach the world from New Zealand. I'm very isolated. It took 36 hours to get here. And so I had this huge audience. We have a mailing database of over 60,000 people. But few of them are going to come to New Zealand. And so one of the arms was creating online education. I think we were one of the first people to really create a platform for digital dentistry education. And that's purely out of necessity, a big list that people want to learn. They're not going to come to New Zealand. And so we custom built a platform. And yeah, so it's education, information, reviews, unboxings, everything digital dentistry.
So moving on from that, you've got DDD, Digital Dentistry Decoding. That's a podcast. Anybody can listen to that and subscribe to that. What types of topics and what's one of the most maybe popular podcasts that you've had?
Yeah, so the podcast I run is Digital Dentistry Decoded, kind of following the fad of podcasts. And I also just love talking to people about this stuff. I could talk about it all day. So a lot of people don't realize how smart these people are, how much they plan, how much they keep their eyes on the industry more than us, because it's their whole business and livelihood. So I get pretty much all the CEOs. It's like the CEO podcast. Yeah. I get all the CEOs of these companies to jump on, and we just have a good chat, and I bust their balls in true IDD fashion. Like, I will not just sugarcoat them and give them softballs. I'll give them hard questions, and I really challenge them. And I think, look, some of my most popular podcasts were the hard-hitting ones. I mean, I challenged Medit when they were doing so-so. Sprint Ray, obviously, is always fun to talk to because they're like the darling of the industry at the moment. And, of course, people really like my meetings with Rune from 3Shape, because that guy he probably understands the industry and has more data about the industry than anyone.
He's also got the best technique of jumping as well. Rune and I were chatting here yesterday, and it is really fascinating to listen to Rune. It's so exciting, the energy that he brings to 3Shape and what 3Shape feeds off of what he brings. I mean, it's got to be exhausting being Rune Fisker. The last thing I want to talk to you about is IDS here. You've been coming here for quite a few years. How do you manage your time while you're here? You're pulled in so many different directions. And again, I appreciate you sitting down with us for this. What is your approach for those people that have not been to IDS before? It's intimidating, just flat out. I'm going to tell you, it's honest. It's intimidating. What is your approach? What's your attack?
It's funny. I'll give you a story. When I first came to IDS, I was an absolute nobody. And I was just trying to start off in this influencer thing. Not really, just the press thing, just covering. I'll never forget it. I went to the Medit booth and I was like, hey, can I interview you guys? And they literally shooed me off because they were worried. They're like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like, it's a product release. And this was when they were in their infancy.
Okay.
And so it's fascinating going full circle to now, speaking at their booth and speaking at all the booths. Look, I would say, for those watching, my IDS now is a little different. It's a lot of meetings. I actually don't get to enjoy IDS like I used to, because now it's just a lot of meetings with companies, which I love. And it's kind of a transition from what I used to do. But for dentists out there, look, just get some really comfy shoes and get into it. If you love dentistry, this is the place to be.
Yeah.
There's 5 or 6 halls. What I used to do, and I still like to do if I can, is there's 5 days, 6 halls. That means I have to do 1 hall and a half a day or something like that. And I personally like to scour them like I'm vacuuming the floor. I will start in one corner and just zip through and check everything. But everyone's got a different approach with ideas. Some people laser focus. They want to check this thing out. Just know it's the place to be. You'll find everything you want here. It is the event in dentistry. And I think anyone who's really passionate about dentistry has to see it at least once. It's like Mecca.
Well, speaking of passion, this is the passionate guy here. This is we said it off camera, the Bruce Wayne of digital dentistry. And I appreciate you sitting down with us. Appreciate you giving your honest feedback about IO Connect as well. You chatted with Jay Kim from TruAbutment. So again, we appreciate you here at TruAbutment. Good or bad, we still love you. Hey, all the coverage here at IDS Cologne, Germany continues. Don't go anywhere.